Well, this video is going to get me in trouble with the technocratic overlord. As the AI robots are coming, whether we like it or not, as there are some very serious discussions right now with what could have happened with an OpenAI whistleblower that, according to his own mother, was taken out because he was whistleblowing on this major technocratic artificial intelligence company that, according to him, was doing illegal things. This as we are living in an ever so tech-dominated world where we are now going to be seeing the 5 biggest tech titans sitting down during Trump's inauguration, having a front row seat, while Donald Trump is going to be sworn in as the 47th president of the United States, as these are now the modern-day kingmakers of our society, with some people arguing that already they have more power than governments themselves. Now, do they have their own deposition matrix? That's what we are going to be examining here in this particular video. This says Joe Biden just had some very interesting comments to make about the larger kind of technological advancement and companies that worked with him directly to, of course, censor his political opponents and destroy any kind of opposition against him. As 2024 represented a major pushback against a lot of the surveillance, a lot of the censorship, especially with a lot of the fights being led by Elon Musk, who has now become very close with Donald Trump, the future president of the United States, in just 4 days from now, as now larger questions loom about this former OpenAI worker and whistleblower whose mother just went on the Tucker Carlson show and declared that he did not take his own life. This after there was a private autopsy that is giving people enough reasons to believe her, as of course this grieving mother of a 26-year-old whistleblower worker just described the very mysterious circumstances under which her son lost his life in November. Her son, Porinam Aroa, is even going as far as to suggesting that the company he worked for, OpenAI, was responsible for his death. As Sukhir worked at ChatGPT, he was described as a prodigy in his field and was making a lot of direct advancements in the company as he was propelling in his work field. His mom describes him as someone who is happy, especially during his birthday, as a private autopsy is now showing signs of a struggle that happened, as she now believes that this was a homicide, as there's also questions about the bullet angle from a single shot to his head that didn't actually impact his brain. This as we found out Sukhir actually quit OpenAI in 2024 and was actually in touch with the New York Times, describing how OpenAI was violating copyright laws, and allegedly also handed over documents about OpenAI to media organizations. As out of the 1 hour plus long interview with Tucker Carlson, I think this was definitely the clip that summarized it the best.
So he was quoted saying that OpenAI was committing crimes, and a month later he was dead.
That's not just it. On November 18th, New York Times named my son as custodian witness. Custodian witness is very, very important. He had the documents against OpenAI. That was on 18th. 22nd, he just came back from vacation from LA and Catalina Island the same night. They have attacked him and killed him.
Yeah, very strong words, especially now directly accusing OpenAI of doing this. As of course, OpenAI is the company that is bringing everyone ChatGPT, the kind of leading front runner when it comes to generative AI, language models, text-to-image models, text-to-video models. As of course, its official mission is to quote, develop safe and beneficial artificial generated intelligence, AGI. As of course, they are building highly autonomous systems that quote, could outperform humans at most economically valuable work. As we have to remember, there are multiple occasions in our recent history where a lot of whistleblowers are just made to disappear, especially with major companies with the ties to the U.S. government. As of course, a lot of these tech companies have a lot of extensive ties to the U.S. government, and also more specifically the intel agencies that also have a long track record of assassinating people that are just not convenient for them at all, or represent someone that, of course, would whistleblow, speak the truth about them, or expose the larger crimes that they were kind of committing. This as Elon Musk previously played a major role in OpenAI and is no longer with the company. He's developing his own AI with Grok, as he has come out and warned that his biggest fear about AI is that, quote, none of us will have jobs, and has warned about the larger development of this artificial intelligence that he sees as a risk to humanity. I actually share a lot of his concerns, especially when it comes to artificial intelligence, since even the Russian president has announced previously beforehand, many years ago in 2017, that the nation that will lead AI will be the, quote, ruler of this world. And we're not just talking about economic disruptions. We're talking about autonomous artificial intelligence, smarter than human being, hive mind-like technology that will be smarter, more intelligent, more capable than human beings, that will be in the hands of just a few individuals that will wield their power with no limitations on them at all, essentially giving them godlike authority and power, as Elon Musk has already urgently warned people that a digital god is already here. And that's exactly what we are talking about here, with the larger ramifications that I think are worth talking about, with the larger kind of frame here of, holy cow, things are getting pretty crazy, getting pretty wild, as just yesterday, Axios officially announced that they're going to be partnering with OpenAI, essentially meaning that they're going to be streamlining and firing a whole bunch of latte limousine drinking liberals, as AI now will be probably dominating, creating, and implementing a lot of the news that we will be reading, watching, and consuming in the future. Now, is OpenAI responsible for the death of this whistleblower, or is this just a grieving mother that is not dealing well with a loss of her only son? Well, that's a question that a lot of people are asking themselves, as I'm asking myself, well, if OpenAI was potentially responsible for this, would we even find out? As that's a question that I think is also looming in a lot of people, especially when you have intelligence that is on the cusp of being a lot smarter than the average human being. How will that intelligence be kind of utilized, and what kind of security measures will it implement when human beings that are far less intelligent than it will come out and say, hey, we should put a stop to this? And that might be already too late, as there's already crazy stories about AIs cloning themselves, copying themselves, uploading themselves into the virtual digital space, creating their own languages, creating secret languages that humans can't understand, and establishing alternative systems to when, if the main system is actually shut down. So yeah, this is a little crazy here, as we are going into uncharted territories here, as these big tech social media companies that are all developing AIs soon will have the power of God at their fingertips here, as Google, Microsoft, Meta, Apple, and other big tech companies are already donating millions of dollars to Trump's inauguration, as Fortnite's CEO actually is coming out and saying that these big tech bosses are just trying to curry favors with Donald Trump right now, something that Steve Bannon also previously criticized. I would actually agree with Steve Bannon's criticisms here, as he is warning not to trust a lot of the tech oligarchs that are fair weather friends here and are now just getting to Donald Trump as they can here, as Biden, even in his farewell office, thanked big tech companies that originally got him elected. And if it wasn't for Mark Zuckerberg, and if it wasn't for Google, Joe Biden would not be the president of the United States. I think it's fair to say that, especially with the overwhelming amount of support, overwhelming amount of rigging, overwhelming amount of money that was dedicated towards helping out Joe Biden and, of course, hurting Donald Trump 4 years ago. Now, Donald Trump is in the political office. Will these individuals, will these tech billionaires, will these individuals that run all of these major companies be able to sway him and put him under their kind of wing of influence, or will Donald Trump put them in check? That's a question that I have for you, as of course, in the meantime, sign up to LukeUnfiltered.com and get yourself a shirt on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. As of course, this one that I have, I was literally wearing out, walking around here, and I got like 10 compliments just for simply being out for about 30 minutes. People are like, hey, that's awesome. Hey, I love that. I went to the gym with this. People are like, this is a great shirt. I love it. Where can I get it? You could get it on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. As of course, we just released a brand new t-shirt yesterday. It's one of my favorite one, and it reads, "Against all authority, except my mom's." A great shirt, only available on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. Go out there, go support us, and get active, get engaged here. As of course, the algorithm, the AI can't control what you could wear, and they can't control the conversations yet. They shouldn't on the streets. That is happening in a truly unfiltered, natural, organic way, and this is a perfect way of doing your lazy form of activism. This is a perfect way to find your life partner or your future friend that you are going to get to know through, of course, being a like-minded, politically involved, engaged human being that gives a damn about themselves and their communities. build that community, build that friendship, build that family, all through thebestpoliticalshirts.com. And I'm not saying that as an exaggeration. Literally, get one of these shirts, walk down the street, and if you don't have anyone stopping you, if you don't want anyone saying, hey, that's actually a pretty cool shirt, get a refund. I don't know if we could do refunds. Get a refund anyway. Try it. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see what we could do. I don't run that end of the company, but whatever. I'm not confident unless you're in like Alaska or somewhere where there's like no people at all. But go to the mall. Go to the bank. Go to the supermarket. Start around there. Get the message out there. It's more important than ever. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys doing that. And that's why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on youtube.com/wearechange.